my yarny friends, my name is Crystal and I wanted to let you guys know the items needed for my tutorial. I changed the name of the scarf. My husband wasn't a fan of my original name, so now the name of my scarf is called Shimmering Lights Scarf. And I just thought I would talk to you a little bit about what you'll need, so when the tutorial comes out that you would be prepared for it, for those of you who want to do it. I'm hoping to get it out within the next couple of weeks. All day long I've been wanting to do this video and my body's just been mean to me, so hopefully I'll make it through it. I took a shower today and man, that just was so hard on me. So first, let's talk about the yarn that you will need. A couple people asked if it was sachet yarn, and it isn't. I took out my sachet yarn and it's just too heavy for this scarf, and it just doesn't look right. The yarn that we will be using, one of them, it is Red Heart Boutique Ribbons yarn. So you will need one skein of this. Now if you do more chains than I recommend, there's a chance that you'll run out of the ribbon yarn. You'll have plenty of the other stuff. It's the ribbon yarn. It's only 42 yards. And if you're like a really loose crocheter, there's a chance you would need more than one skein. But I've done it many times trying to figure out what the right number is. So I'm going to go a little bit under what I would typically do for a scarf, just in case those of you out there are really loose, or you use a chunkier size yarn. Even though it's a 5 bulky, I've found some of them aren't all the same. And I'll go over some that I've tried. There are many different colors out there of this ribbon yarn. The Dollar Tree online, it only has the colorway that I didn't put down here. I will be right back. Sorry about that. Now online, they only have this colorway that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and it's called Marble. They did have this colorway online on the Dollar Tree, and it's called Laguna, but they no longer have it online. And they did have this colorway, and that's what you see right here online, and it's called City. Now I know in the store they had other colors that I didn't grab at the time, because after I grabbed those I was like, why did I get this yarn? So I was bummed that I didn't buy any of the other colors at the Dollar Tree. I live so far away, I don't know if it still has any or not. I know my local one never had it. It was a different one in the city and it was a big one that actually had other colors. Now these other colors that I found, I got them on lovecrafts.com. Now they had them on sale at the time for $1.65. Unfortunately right now they are $6. I'm hoping that they will go on sale again soon. I found them in other places, like I just bought a couple different colors off of eBay, and I think one of them I paid like $3.50 a skein, and another colorway I paid $2 a skein. So and there's other places that you can find it. Amazon's a little bit spendy. SD, the shipping is a lot, so just look around, and hopefully lovecrafts.com, it'll go back on sale again. Other colorways I got off of lovecrafts.com is this one's called Alloy, and then I found Rosebud. thinking about pairing this with the pink. I think that'll be fun. The red one that you saw that I made is called Sangria. They have this colorway called Grapevine. The black one I showed you, I use this one. It's called Fireworks. That's the one that has all those colors in it. I showed you an orange one that I used. This one is called Fire. And it's probably going to look really good with a red. The purple one I showed you, it is called Ultraviolet. And that's just what they tie it up with. And then the last color I have is Malibu. So you will need one skein, as long as you don't like try to do it super loose, but I will talk about that in the tutorial. Other yarn that you will need a 5 bulky yarn. Now I've tried 6 different chunky yarns and only one of them did not work. The paint box Simply Chunky is too thin. It is almost like a 4. It's not a true chunky yarn. So let me show you a chunky, and hopefully you can see the difference. So this one unfortunately did not work. Yes, it didn't work. And so one that works really, really well, and it's one of my favorites, is the Loops and Threads Charisma. Now I will be doing, in the tutorial, I will be using this one, and it's called Electric Blue, and I pair it with this one, and this one is the Laguna, and then you will need a 4 or a 3 worsted weight yarn. Anything that pairs, that you like, that you think pairs nicely with it. So those 3 that you see created this. So this is what I used. And you really can't see this one because it really blends in. So if you're going to be, if your yarn that you're going to be pairing with this, so you're going to take your 3 or your 4, and these are going to go together as you crochet. If it's a really like drastic, like stand out, let's say you were going to do a white with this or something, I would say go smaller, and I'll show you why in a bit. But you could do, and I used a 4 because the 4 I have the most of many different colors to help pair with things that I'm doing. So the yarn you need, you're going to need your ribbon, you're going to need a 5 bulky, and a little bit, like this is a 25-gram little ball of 4 worsted weight yarn, and we won't need all of it at all. You know, we won't, I don't know how much you'll need, but you won't need a full skein at all. Another chunky yarn that works is Lion Brand Color Made Easy. Now some of these I found you have to do less chains if it's a bulkier size 5. And I will, I can only tell you about the ones I did. But again, to be safe, we'll just do a chain of 77 when we do the tutorial. So when you make later ones, you could look at the list and experiment with trying to do more if you want the scarf longer. Another chunky I found that works is Burnett Softy Chunky. So this one works really well, and you'll only need one skein of all these. And this one, the Color Made Easy, is so big, I'm sure I'm gonna get a second one out of this skein. Another 5-weight I used that worked real well was I Love This Chunky by Hobby Lobby. I think this one is real similar to the Charisma. I think the Charisma might be just slightly bulkier. And another one I used is Red Heart with Love Chunky. So these are the only ones that I've tried out. So I just want to forewarn you, all chunkies aren't the same. Like I said, paint box doesn't work. And then this one was chunkier than the other ones, and this is the one I made, the orange one, that I ran out of ribbon yarn, even though it was the same amount of chains. But because it worked up bigger, it needed more ribbon yarn. And then the last things you will need is 2 different size crochet hooks. You're going to need a 12 millimeter and a 15 millimeter crochet hook. It doesn't have to be clover, it can be any 12 and 15 millimeter crochet hook. I tried to do it only in the 12 and it didn't work out. This area right here turned out too tight. I tried to do it only in the 15. It didn't work out. The 15 is way too big for your chunky yarn. So we will be switching hooks, and I'll let you know when it's what hook we'll be using when. And then of course you're gonna need a pair of scissors, and I didn't really, sometimes I use a darning needle to change where I put my fringe. Sometimes I didn't need it, but most people have a darning needle, I would hope. So I was going to show you guys, I made 2 other scarves. Worked on one all day today. It doesn't take that long, but for me, I only could do a few stitches at a time. So it took me all day to make one scarf, but it's in a different colorway, and I wanted to show you guys. It turned out really, really cute. So this is like a cream color. Isn't that so pretty? It shows up well on the camera. Oh my goodness. I love it. I really, really like this one. I like that color. And then this next one I'm going to show you. It was my husband's idea. I wasn't finding, I was using this color with this blue, and I didn't have a 4-weight that matched this blue that went well. And so I tried to do a white yarn of 4, and it was just too big, too bulky showing up. So I ended up using a 3 in this one in white. Turned out way better. But when I was looking for a 4-weight yarn to pair with the ribbon, my husband brings some eyelash yarn. It was purple. He's like, well, could you use something like this? And but in a different color? And I'm like, I don't know. So he's just so creative. So I did pair my ribbon yarn with my eyelash yarn. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could see it in person and see how cute it is. Oh my goodness. It just looks adorable. It kind of reminds me of like winter and snowy times or something. So you can see the white in there, but because it's a 3-weight, it's not so like greatly noticeable. So I really preferred a 3-weight and something that contrasts a lot. If it's something that's similar in color as your chunky yarn, then a 4-weight's perfect. So I think that is it. Again, I'm hoping to have it ready within couple weeks. I just only can film little bits at a time because being upright is hard. I really appreciate all of you guys. If you could like this, that would be fantastic. If you could subscribe, I would appreciate it. And if you could share it, I'd be grateful. I will talk to you guys all later.